Alright guys, Andrew here, what's up? Welcome back to a new video where I react to my predictions of the EPL way back when it started back in August. Spoiler alert, they're pretty bad. Actually, my bottom 3 predictions weren't that bad. I got 2 out of 3 right, thinking that Sunderland and Hull were going to go down. Now that may not have been too hard to guess, but as you're going to see in the rest of this video, I'm going to take every little bit that I can get as a positive here. The other team I thought that was going to go down actually finished top 10. So sorry, West Brom. But honestly, I didn't think Chadley, Rondon, Macaulay, and all those types of players would have stepped up like that. Alright, now things are going to start to get bad. Watford finished in 17th, and I thought they were going to finish in 11th. Kind of disappointed. I thought Dini was going to do a lot better this season, kind of hold them up. As the season went on, they were riddled with injuries, so I'll give them that. But they're definitely going to need to do some work this offseason. They're going to try and keep themselves as a mid-table team, as I think they probably are. Not too bad this one. Burnley finished in 16th, and I thought they were going to finish in 17th. They did basically what I thought they were going to do. They did enough to survive. It wasn't pretty. They were fantastic at home, terrible away. It wasn't pretty. They did just enough to survive. Another one not so bad. Swansea finished in 15th, and I thought they were going to finish in 14th. They were terrible in the beginning of the season, but Paul Clement was a lifesaver. They should have given Bob Riley more time, obviously, but in the end, they probably made the right decision taking Paul Clement on and letting go of Bob. Honestly, I can see Paul Clement turning this team around into a mid-table, even a top 10 team by next season if he gets some money to spend. Next up, Palace finished in 14th, and I had them at 12th. Scraping the bottom of the barrel for most of the season, Zaha and Benteke stepped up and really helped save them from relegation this year. Next season should be interesting though. If they don't do a lot of shopping, I think that they will have a very rough year. I can't see either Benteke or Zaha staying at that form that they were at the end of the season. Stoke is in 13th, and I picked them in 10th, but in all honesty, they could have gone anywhere from 9 to 14 because that's just the type of team they are. Because that's what they do. They start off slow and they work their way up from there, right until they're right in the middle of the table and they feel comfortable, and they move on to next season. Next up, Leicester finished in 12th, and I picked them in 9th. And as much as I think we all hate to say it, letting go of Ranieri was probably the best decision they made. The players started playing better, the team looked decent, and they finished mid-table right where a lot of people thought they were going to finish, and they had a nice Champions League run to boot. West Ham finished in 11th, and I picked them in 8th. Losing Payet was huge for them, but they were able to turn it around late in the season, and they were able to get themselves to the mid-table. Lanzini was so much fun to watch by the end of the year, and I think he can have a really great year next year. And if they put 1 or 2 more players around him and add a striker that's half decent, they can be a good team, and maybe even get themselves back into the Europa League. And then in 10th, we have West Brom. And we already talked about it, but Macaulay was a rock. Chadley and Morrison had great starts and put a lot of goals away early, and their entire back line was great at adding attacking ability to the game as well. And honestly, I really don't know what to say. I don't know why it happened, I don't know how it happened, but I'd be lying to you if I said I wasn't excited to see if they could do it again. Next up, moving into the single-digit places, is Bournemouth. And what a run they had. And I can't think of one person who dislikes Bournemouth or was unhappy to see them finish above 10th. They did everything right. They didn't go for big names. They didn't go and spend a bunch of money. All they did was get good players, a great manager, put them together, and play the system that they know is going to work. Josh King was a monster this year. He came up and he exploded. And Eddie Howe is easily one of the best managers in the league. And I wouldn't be surprised to see him go to one of the bigger clubs sometime soon. If they can get 1 or 2 big names around them and solidify that back line just a little bit more. Now this one's bad. Southampton finished in 8th, and I picked them in 16th. Clearly, I didn't expect a lot out of them this year, but they really put together a great run, and they did what a lot of people, I think, didn't think they could do. Van Dijk was a beast, but I can definitely, I'd put money down to say that he was going to be gone by the start of next season. And Gabbiadini was a season-changing signing for them at mid-break. They always seem to do better than most people think they will, but is that just luck? Or is it actually because they're a good team? Depending on what type of squad they have next year, we'll find out if they're just lucky or if they're good. In 7th, it's the only team that I got right, and it makes sense because it's my team, Everton. Ron was great, but it was really inconsistent at times. We need to find somebody on the wings who can really help him out and put services into him that he can put away. Ganagué was arguably one of the best center defensive mids next to Conte. Robles had 10 clean sheets of his own, and Stecklenburg added 2. That gives us 12 total for the year. That was only beaten by 4 other teams in the league. I think our defense is getting old. Baines is past his prime. Seamus Coleman got hurt, and he may not come back as strong as he will. And then that other center back spot, Williams has it tied down pretty well, but we need to add some younger but more experienced players. I mean, Holgate was decent, but he's too young. He still hasn't learned. He got beat a lot. They were good, but not good enough for us yet. So I think if we had a few more defensive pieces around us, we could be a decent team. And we could survive Europa League, play really well, and even make a push for that top 4 team. And I think we can really be that if we just splash a little defensive money somewhere. Early on, but we're also linked with Gylfi Sigurdsson, and I think that would be great because Rom needs somebody creative just to give him the ball through. Barkley was decent, but he never knew when to give up the ball. So that could be a really great addition for us as well. Next up is Man United in 6th, and I still can't believe I'm saying this. I picked them to finish first. They added Mourinho, Zlatan, Pogba, Mkhitaryan, and they finished in 6th. That's just unacceptable. I don't even know what to say to give them something to get better. They have everything they need. I don't know. I'm just leaving it at that. They need to get better. They need to just play better. No team with that type of talent should finish in 6th. That's just the bottom line. Arsenal finished 5th. I picked them in 6th, so it's not too bad. But anyway, it's time for Wenger to go. He used to be able to ride away saying top 4 is a great finish and EPL is a great league and being top 4 is great. You make the Champions League. You're still a winner. Now he can't say that anymore. His time's up. He's not doing anything. He's not signing people. It's over. So Liverpool finished 4th, and I put them at 5. But this is a respectable finish for them. They're finally getting back to the Champions League. They'll probably have Virgil van Dijk by the time the season starts, and the squad looked good overall. Coutinho and Firmino played well. Mane was an absolute stud. And overall, the team just worked well together. I think they can really put together a solid squad next year and push far into the Champions League and also do well again in the season. City finished 3rd, and I put them in 2nd. So again, not too bad, just 1 place off. And I'm not too surprised because outside of Man U, who I thought was going to win it all, I could see them, Tottenham, Chelsea, all interchanging within the 2 to 4 spots. So this is a place that I was okay with them finishing in. Aguero getting set back and getting hurt for a little bit was tough, but Jesus stepped up, De Bruyne looked great, Sané and Sterling were good on the wings. If they make one more good defensive signing, I'm not talking John Stones for $50 million, okay? Like a solid defensive signing. Then they can really turn the season around, and maybe a goalkeeper can make a save every once in a while. They can turn themselves around and get themselves back to challenging for that top spot again. But think about that attacking lineup, a healthy attacking lineup next year. Sané, Sterling, Aguero, Jesus, and De Bruyne. That's going to be fun to watch. 2nd place was Tottenham, and again, this is a spot that I'm okay with them finishing in, and I wasn't too surprised. Kane is a monster, out for 3 months and still wins the Golden Boot. Dele Alli is just a great young player. It's really going to be fun to watch him progress over the next few years. And like I said in the predictions video, there are no real weak spots in this team. They just have to learn how to make it click and make it work. And I think next season they'll be in a much better position to challenge for the title. They don't really need another player, they just need to work better together. And in first came Chelsea. Okay, that's it, bye. Okay, no, I'm kidding, I'll talk about them. They were good. They were great. Conte is an amazing manager. Conte, although we all hate him for leaving Leicester, is one of the best, if not the best player in the league right now. Conte was able to revitalize Hazard and Costa and turn them into what they were when they were under Mourinho. Honestly, they were a lot of fun to watch. They were a good team. You know, I'm not happy that they won it, but I'm okay. I think they definitely deserved it, but at the end of the day, I'm not saying I hope they win it again. Also, the switch to the 3-4-3 was probably the greatest move in the history of sports ever. Nobody saw it coming, and they hit it to perfection. So, you know, you gotta give them credit for that. That was really solid on Conte's part. Okay, I'm done. I gave them credit. Everybody happy now? Don't get used to it, because it's not happening anytime soon. But anyways, that's it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like. If you're new here, subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you on the next time that I'm making these predictions. But until then, be good.